As a new year begins, many of us focus on what we want to start doing, new habits, practices, and routines to build and develop. This is a natural inclination, as the turning of the calendar feels like an opportunity for a fresh start. But while starting new things is worthwhile, Stoic philosophy reminds us that elimination is just as important as addition. Seneca, for example, would begin each year by plunging into the freezing Tiber River. He saw this act as a metaphorical cleansing, a way to wash away the old and make room for the new. Marcus Aurelius posed a profound question in his Meditations. Is what I am doing essential? He observed that much of what occupies our time is not only inessential, but often destructive. As we step into 2024, this is a critical lens to apply. Beyond what we aim to start, we should ask ourselves, what habits, practices, or routines are we going to let expire? By letting go of what no longer serves us, we create space to become a better version of ourselves in 2025. The value of waking early. No one enjoys waking up early, not even Marcus Aurelius. In his Meditations, he documents a conversation with himself where he debates staying under the warm covers. But he ultimately concludes that we weren't put here to huddle for comfort. We were made for a purpose, with duties to fulfill. The morning, as the Stoics understood, is a prime time for action. Though it's challenging, they tried to rise early and embrace the day. And trying is key. They weren't perfect, but they made the effort. The art of not complaining. Marcus Aurelius endured immense hardships, betrayal, deception, and responsibilities he never sought. Yet nowhere in his private diary does he complain about being unappreciated, stressed, or mistreated. Instead, he cautions against complaining, even to oneself. We should never be overheard complaining, he writes. This mindset isn't about suppressing valid feelings, but about cultivating resilience. Complaints waste energy and distract from the work at hand. The power to have no opinion. One of the most transformative ideas in Stoic philosophy is the power to refrain from judgment. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that events do not demand our opinions. We choose whether to judge them. By resisting the urge to label things as fair or unfair, we free ourselves to focus on what matters. This neutrality is the path to peace, wisdom, and productivity. Rather than wasting energy on unnecessary judgments, we can redirect it toward meaningful work. The wisdom of humility Epictetus warned that conceit is the enemy of learning. He observed that you cannot learn what you believe you already know. Humility, he argued, is the key to growth. By acknowledging our ignorance and remaining open to new knowledge, we create endless opportunities for improvement. The Stoics admired Socrates, who famously admitted, "I know that I know nothing." This humility fosters continuous learning, making us smarter and wiser. Mastery of the self. According to the Stoics, true power comes from self-mastery. No one is fit to rule who is not first master of themselves, they said. Addictions, desires, and external dependencies rob us of this mastery. Seneca defined poverty not as having too little, but as wanting more. By practicing discipline and temperance, we reclaim control over our lives. This self-command allows us to be better parents, leaders, and individuals. Always do your best. A poignant lesson comes from a story about Jimmy Carter during a naval officer interview. When asked if he had always done his best, Carter had to admit he hadn't. The interviewer's response, "Why not?" haunted him for years. This question challenges us to reflect on our own efforts. Why settle for less than our best? While we can't control outcomes, we can control the effort we put in. As Steve Prefontaine famously said, giving less than your best is to cheat the gift. Harnessing creativity for good. Our imagination is a powerful tool, but it can also be a source of misery when misused. Many of us spend time imagining worst-case scenarios or worrying about others' opinions. The Stoics would caution against this misuse of mental energy. Instead, they urge us to channel creativity toward problem-solving and progress. Are you using your mind to torture yourself, or are you using it to move forward? Letting go of the past. The Stoics believed in the power of letting go. Holding on to grudges, regrets, or past pain serves no purpose. A meaningful New Year's tradition involves writing down what we want to release and then burning the list, symbolically letting it dissolve. The Stoics teach that clinging to the past only hinders our growth. To move forward, we must let go. Focus on effort, not goals. Some people thrive on setting goals, but Stoicism offers an alternative perspective. Focus on effort rather than outcomes. I don't have goals, one Stoic might say. I try my best every day and focus on what I control. Fixating on specific achievements can be limiting, while directing energy toward effort ensures consistent growth. As the Stoics would argue, our job is to do our best and let the results take care of themselves. Prioritize what truly matters. Modern life bombards us with demands for our attention. Eisenhower's decision matrix, distinguishing between urgent and important tasks, aligns with Stoic priorities. Urgent matters often feel pressing, but distract from what's genuinely meaningful. Learning to discern and prioritize allows us to focus on what truly matters. Stop seeking external validation. Marcus Aurelius advises against looking for a third thing, recognition, thanks, or compensation, when doing good. He reminds us to focus on the act itself. Did you do your best? Did you make a positive contribution? If so, that is enough. Seeking external validation only distracts from the intrinsic value of our actions. Curate your inputs. Show me who you spend time with, and I'll show you who you are. This maxim extends to the information we consume. Marcus Aurelius observed that our souls are dyed by the color of our thoughts. If we immerse ourselves in negativity, superficiality, or materialism, we become shaped by it. Conversely, surrounding ourselves with wisdom, great ideas, and inspiring people transforms us for the better. The marathon of life. People often ask runners if they're training for a marathon. The truth is, the act of running, every day in all conditions, is itself the marathon. Seneca emphasized rigorous training for the body to keep it obedient to the mind. The daily discipline of showing up, even when it's hard, builds resilience. Life, after all, is the ultimate marathon, and the race is against our own inertia and excuses. Don't delay to live. Seneca noted that all fools share a common trait. They're always preparing to start. They delay living, waiting for the right time or better conditions. But life happens in the present. Marcus Aurelius's reminder is stark. You could be good today, but instead you choose tomorrow. The time to act is now. The second best time to make a change after yesterday is today. New year, new challenges. At the start of each year, it's powerful to challenge ourselves with exercises that push us out of our comfort zones. Inspired by Stoic teachings, the Iron Mindset New Year, New You challenge offers a structured way to grow. Through daily prompts, weekly reflections, and a supportive community, it helps participants become the best versions of themselves. The journey begins by committing to change today, not tomorrow. The Stoics teach us that a meaningful life isn't about adding more, but about eliminating what doesn't serve us. As we look ahead to 2024, let's focus on the habits and mindsets we need to let go of, the self-mastery we need to cultivate, and the potential we can realize. The best time to start is now.